All right. Welcome back, welcome in. You found us once again. Shoot the Gap, the rabbit hole fantasy football focus show spanning the generation gaps of the 20s, 30s, and 40s. I am your humble MC, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, and I am honored. It's my pleasure to introduce Ethan, the Doc Marshall. How you doing, Ethan?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Trying to enjoy it. It is very cold in Houston.
Oh, it's record breaking, actually, dude. It's enough to where like I'm worried about like how my home is set up for freeze, for the freeze, because we haven't had a freeze like this in this home yet, So
I don't think Houston hasn't had a freeze, man, like in years. I was hearing that we could have temperatures that are lower than on record, but this is not a weather podcast.
But you're more north than me, right?
Yeah, we might get into the negatives up here.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. You might actually see something. Yeah, that might be life changing. Yeah. And of course,
you look different.
Of course, I must introduce the author, Connor, the Gut Marshall. How you doing, my brother?
Global warming, man. It's a thing.
All right, man. Okay. All right, so this is our 50th show. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Do you know of a number of a player, dude? Number 50? Anybody?
Nothing, man. I got nothing.
I know there's a good defensive player, but I can't think of. No, I know there's someone who is, but I don't know their name. I'm just saying, like, I know there's got to be someone. Do you know anyone?
Me?
Yeah.
Who knows that's February 12th this hopeful year, my Lord. And we're going to have a great show for you today.
Yeah.
That's what I do know, man. Yeah, we'll be hitting some of the top news stories over the week. And, of course, going over the Super Bowl. I know it just seemed like it happened like a year ago, but no. It was a show ago, so we'll go and be talking about it. And also we'll be doing another installment of Deja Vu or Deja Vu. Each week we'll review the 2020 fantasy output of 4 players from each position and discuss if they will repeat that in 2021. See, we've done the quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. So what does that leave, guys? Who's going to be this week?
Tight ends.
There you go. And of course, this is a year-long show, man. So of course, you know that now. The fantasy season's over. We're here. So if Ethan, if they're if these people are they're entertained by 3 generational beefheads bantering about, what should they do?
They should like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so you're alerted for all of our content, which will keep coming even throughout the off season.
Connor, who is the pride of Sunnyside?
You talking about high volume music radio, Brian?
Say it with me, man. The pride of Sunnyside. Yes, sir.
Local
man.
sponsor, baby.
Why don't you go and talk about that, my brother? I've set you up.
Man, not only did you set me up, you hooked me up. When we were listening to it when we were setting up today, and like I came in, I was like, oh, what is it? This is like a really cool song. They just have a lot of good music on there. Check it out. Download it in the description.
Absolutely, man. And Ethan, you oh, hey, man. No. Hang on. We can't jump out. We can't do Aunt Boogie that way, dude. We gotta say it, dude.
We gotta talk.
If it ain't high volume,
it ain't high volume music.
If it ain't
it ain't loud enough. It ain't loud enough.
There you go.
We crashed the plane, but everyone survived.
This is a professional show.
Oh my gosh. And Ethan, why don't you help us out here, man? Talk to us about the other supporter or the sponsor of the show.
All right. Talking about Sports Host app. It's a place you can go talk about sports with other like-minded folk. Find your tribe, hang out with some people, talk about football, talk about basketball. You know what? I haven't even thought to check. I wonder if disc golf is on there. I love playing disc golf.
I wouldn't even see that.
You know what? Go on there, find some people, play some fantasy football, get a league set up for this coming year. Either way, go hit up Sports Host app, the place where sports fans lurk.
I like that. The place where sports fans lurk. I'm writing that down.
Every show, we always come up with a new tagline for those guys.
That's we just make up a terrible tagline every single time that we.
I like that. Well, no, but some of them are good, but some of them are bad. But I like it all.
No, but it's like it's one of those ones that you started good, but then
And then it
ended
gets bad. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
like the guy in Parks and Rec who would always end his raps, but they wouldn't rhyme the last
Yeah.
word. Like he went one syllable too far. Yeah, that's how we should.
My neighbor's name is Deborah.
All right, man. All right. So, well, let's go ahead and let's move on to the good news. Hit me up there, Ethan.
No Gnews is good Gnews. No Gnews is good Gnews. You ain't got any rules if you ain't got any Gnews. Ha!
Yeah, straight up, man. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go and talk about the good news that happened this past week. So let's go and just start first things first, man. You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability. Yes, sir. JJ Watt has been granted his release from the Texans. TJ Watt wants him to go to the Steelers. And Deshaun Watson has already said JJ is one of the GOATs. Ethan, thoughts on it, my brother?
As a Houston sports fan, it's a bummer, man. You know, I loved watching JJ play. He's been nothing but, great to Houston. I mean, raised so much money for the community and did so much work during Harvey. Not going to have any bad feelings. I think it's the best move for him and it's the best move for the Texans. It's sad, We've had a couple of those, losing George Springer for the Astros. It's like you have these players, you just love their personality, you love who they are and how they rep the town. But them's the rub.
Yeah, same thing with Harden, dude. It all happened like in 1 year. Like Harden, Springer.
I'm not missing. I mean, Harden is kind of like
I'm not missing Harden.
Player, but man, he's no JJ or Georgie, man.
But
I mean,
still, it was
Or
the star of the
D-Hop.
team.
He's no D-Hop.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of them
I was
like
happy.
heroes of the community,
Yeah, Ethan, or Mike Connor, what's your thoughts? You've been talking about JJ. Time is up anyway, man. So what's your thoughts on it?
What's ironic is like 3 months ago, I was labeled the crazy guy saying like the Texans need to trade Watson and Watt and rebuild, and everyone was like, nah, they're not gonna do that. And it's like, I don't like the way they're doing it. I don't like how they released Watt and they didn't get anything for him. So it truly is the Texans ownership finding a way to mess up a rebuild, which is very, very Texans. So
yeah, they might just be trying to give him a solid. They're trying to do something to try to make them look appeasing to free agents. Like, hey, if you put in your time, we'll release you so you can go find a contender instead of like putting you like on the Jets or something like that.
Yeah, they should have doubled down and gotten actual assets because if you're owning a franchise and you actually want to win, you can't go back to being the lovable mediocre franchise. You got to be an asshole franchise that wins, like the Steelers or the Patriots.
Yeah, well, whenever the Texans were the lovable, franchise, that's when they first came around, and we were just so excited about having a team.
I know.
Now that's way that honeymoon's way over.
Now we have almost 20 years. Now we're grown. We need to step up to these older franchises.
I in a couple of months it'll be my 10-year anniversary. Okay, with my wife.
Congratulations.
Right? Yeah, thank you, man. Married in 15 years dating. So, whenever the relationship gets to this point, this is where you just kind of like you say exactly how you feel.
My stomach hurts.
So that's why the fans of Houston, the Texans are so, because dude, we're at that relationship now, man. It's a 20-year in. But speaking of the Deshaun Watson, let's talk about the Deshaun Watson, the Watson watch. Yeah, let's watch about that, dude. So the last time we left the situation, Deshaun. Oh, hang on, before we move on, real quick, JJ Watt, where would you guys want him to land? Just real quick, Connor. I'm curious, where would you like him to land? Steelers? Would you want him to team up with TJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where the preferred landing spot?
I mean, I think it'd also be cool to see him on like the Rams or something, some other team that already has like a high, because that's what it looks like teams are doing right now. They're pairing like, like the Bears maybe, right? Mm-hmm. So they're pairing.
The Bears.
They're pairing like a stud pass rusher. So like the Rams when they had Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, right? Or like what the Bucks did this year. And we'll talk about that later. If you have that good pass rush, you can add in like an auxiliary like older guy that he doesn't need to be the best guy on the team anymore, but he still can make a lot of impact. Like when the
He'll
Rams
scream a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like yell in the huddle.
Yeah,
and,
like when
yeah.
Clay Matthews was on the Rams,
Yeah, or who was that guy? The one that was for Baltimore Ravens, Ray Lewis. Yeah, like
Exactly.
Ray Lewis. Yeah.
And then maybe murder someone. Allegedly.
Ethan, real quick, where would you like JJ to land?
I was leaning Chicago. His wife.
You Marshals in the Bear defenses, guys.
No,
Want it to be good. You don't want to see that for.
Yeah, but y'all ask me. His wife is in Chicago. His wife plays for the Chicago soccer team, so that's why he probably wants to be with his wife.
There you go. I see. Okay, all right.
And it has nothing to do with the Bears. Gets him out of the AFC, which is great. I don't want to have to face him, and he gets to live with his wife.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Okay, all right. Win-win. Back to the Watson watch. Okay, so last time we left the situation, Deshaun was removed all Texan stuff off of his social media, demanded a trade, but he said that he'd go to OTAs if he was still a Texan. So that's where we left. That's where we left off. So today, it was just a report that came out from that Cal McNair stated that there's a lot of misinformation out there regarding Watson's future, and he expects him to remain in Houston. Guys, do you think that's what really is going to happen, or do you think he's just posturing to try to get more for a trade? Connor, why don't you start us off?
How many Cal McNairs does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know, man.
It doesn't matter how many it is, because all of them are going to say they're going to do it, and none of them ever are going to. You can't trust that man's word.
Okay. So you're saying that that's just something they're doing to beef up the value of Watson?
I don't know what he's doing, but I don't know why he thinks that anyone would trust what he has to say, or like the people that matter. You know what I'm saying? Sure, there's going to be the fans. Oh, McNair wants the Texans to win.
Well, speaking of one of the fans that probably would be really excited to hear about that, Ethan, what's your thoughts on that news?
I mean, this news cycle, I just know that there's gonna be something that happens, and there's gonna be a lot of shit that's said in between. How much of it actually means anything? I mean, we're in that part where they want to generate news in a news cycle, so yeah. I don't know if I feel like this reflects any movement towards one direction or another. To me, I think the biggest news was the Stafford Goff trade, because it set the market at such a high level that if Cal McNair is doing it to try and he doesn't need to drive up the trade value. It's already probably at a level that most teams aren't going to want to have to do. Who knows though? Some people might roll the dice.
Yeah. But speaking of the Detroit, man, dude, this is exciting. I'm excited I'm excited to say this news. I'm excited to say it, man.
Just say it swiftly.
That the Detroit offensive coordinator, Deuce Staley, he's come out and said that DeAndre Swift has special traits and that they should allow him to be a 25 touch a game back. Dude, guys, this coupled with the report that he's going to be lining up in the slot more. He now has Goff as his quarterback, and dude, Detroit's new Detroit also hired Anthony Lynn. Okay. The head coach is Deuce Staley. The offensive coordinator is Anthony Lynn, the ex-head coach from the Chargers. Dude, Swift is quickly becoming a love target for me, man. For next year, dude. What's your thoughts? Yeah, what's your thoughts on that? Ethan, talk about it, man. How's that make you feel when you hear that? How do you feel? Right there.
It makes me feel great. It makes me feel fantastic to know that we've got, another pretty locked in second round running back pick.
That will probably be a third. It'll probably be a third round.
That's insane. Yeah. I mean, I'd be if we were drafting today and all this news came out, I would draft him late in the second, no doubt.
DeAndre Swift or Stephon Diggs?
Oh, Stephon Diggs. Ooh.
That's where you're at. Yeah.
Dang. Really? That's where Diggs has fallen to?
Well, that's where
you already been hitting the mock spray.
No, dude. They're not open yet. That's the only reason why I checked.
Nah,
Dude,
man.
As soon as I got this, I was like, dude, I gotta get going.
Dude, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm not sure what has happened with Peterson and Johnson. Have they been released?
No, I think it's
That's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
Thanos.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
man, it's awesome. It's great.
All right. Hey, Connor, your thoughts on that? You
Say
excited?
la.
Oh, say la. There we go. Okay. See, moving on. Connor, just want to get your thoughts on this. Justin Herbert named the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Thoughts on that?
I think the Hair Bear deserves it.
All right. Ethan, your thoughts on what would you call him? The Hair Bear? Okay. If you want to call him the Hair Bear or Justin.
I've called him this like 7 times. This isn't a new thing.
It is whenever there's nothing else going on.
He just showed such poise and it's such a crazy arm. It's not a surprise. He deserves it.
And the hair, dude. He's not like Samson. You get the hair. Yeah.
You
The power remains.
looked like a goober though afterwards, man.
Well, dude. I mean,
He did.
yeah. He's in that weird stage, that
Awkward
weird.
phase.
Yeah.
He's growing into himself.
That's right. We've all been there. He's just obviously he's an extremely late bloomer. So, okay. Ethan, thoughts on Aaron Rodgers being named the MVP of the league?
I mean, that was kind of a foregone conclusion. That dude, he lit it up this year with really one reliable wide receiver, right?
Mhm.
Like notable wide receiver. He made it happen with Tunyon as the year went on, but Lazard had injuries, and everyone else kept dropping the damn ball when he threw it to him. So
By
good
everyone,
on the team.
are you thinking of anyone in particular,
MVS.
or maybe perhaps an Aaron Jones?
Oh.
Did
I
he drop a lot of balls?
I watched him drop. I don't know if he dropped one in the playoffs, but I remember that he dropped like a couple touchdowns or something, like throughout the year.
He was a top 5 running back, so he's forgiven for any drops.
He carried your team a lot of weeks, right?
Yeah.
Dude, how about that first one when you hit 200 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones was probably my best running back pick of that draft. So yeah, definitely.
So you think of that as like a hit, right? Like that was a total
And he's a
hit.
top 5 at the position.
Would you draft him in the second next year?
If I knew that he was going to do this again.
Well, he might not even be on Green Bay, guys.
Yeah, he might not be on Green Bay, and the way things progress throughout the year makes me think that this year upcoming, AJ Dillon's going to be getting a healthy dose,
Dylan.
and that's why we don't know if Jones is going to even be there. The Green Bay might move him out because AJ Dillon's on a. They're saying the Broncos.
No, that's hope. That's I'm marrying the two things. Hope.
These Broncos keep
I
thinking
remember
that.
there being multiple times MVS just dropping passes.
He was awful. He was terrible.
Totally. That's the exact guy I was thinking of when I said that.
And any thoughts on Mr. Rogers, Mr. State Farm, being MVP there, Connor?
I think he earned it.
All right. Okay, just like the Rogers rate for State Farm, he earned it. All right, so so Tom Brady, man, he's coming back next year, but he just underwent a minor surgical procedure, but I'm from however I was raised, there's no such thing as a minor surgical procedure, but it's on his knee, and presumably is on the one that got torn up, a few years back, and of course, true to form. Connor, you're gonna love this. I'll throw it to you first. I'll say this one quote, and then you take it. The head coach Bruce Arians described it as just a cleanup, no big deal. Connor, thoughts?
I do not trust Bruce Arians. This is the same guy that the first year that he was coaching the Bucks, and he came back. He was like, yeah, I want to work with Jameis Winston. He's special. And that when he had Ryan Fitzpatrick, this was I think the first or the second game of the season, and they had a chance of winning a game, and Bruce Arians ended up getting a dumb penalty late in the game for delay of game, which backed up the kicker 5 yards. So it changed it from a 50-yard field goal to a 55-yard field goal. And of course the kicker shanks it. And in a press conference, Bruce Arians looks at the camera and he says, "Yeah, I took that penalty on purpose. I wanted to help my kicker out by giving him the extra room." You can watch this. This is he actually says this. So I don't trust a damn thing that man says.
Okay. Hey, Ethan, Doc, come on, talk us to about it. Come on, Doc.
Yeah, I had my sail-off ready, locked and loaded, and then you had to bust that out.
I'm sorry.
That's what I do, man. I bust it. So?
I mean, surgeries are never a good sign. But, I mean, you've got them going around with a lot of players. Like, A.J. Brown, one notable one is getting them on both of his knees, but go high on the guy after, in the draft. He's still someone I want to pick up. So
it's different between 43-year-old needs, like 23-year-old needs. I'm speaking from experience, so yeah. So
you don't have to run nearly as much.
No, right. So, since you got that Salah, nice locked and loaded there, Ethan, here you go. I'll throw this one to you. Leonard Fournette and Tampa Bay are both interested in reuniting for the 2021 season. I set you up for Salah.
I know, but I actually have something to say about.
Okay, go.
Because not this last year, obviously. The year before that, Fournette was like a pillar of consistency on my team. I have kind of a bit of a fondness for Fournette because of that. But it would just depend on what's going on with the running back situation in Tampa Bay. Is Rojo still going to be there? Who else are they going to bring in? Is it going to be a committee? Are they? I have a hard time thinking they're going to be like, Fournette's going to be our 3-down guy. You know what I mean? I have a hard time.
They also drafted a guy high last year. That was presumably Keyshawn, right? Keyshawn Vaughn. Yeah. So that guy is no longer going to be a rookie. So who knows what's going to? Who knows? And then there's no talk about LaShawn McCoy. Connor, thoughts on that information or?
Selah.
So there you go. Okay, here we go. So the reports are that the Eagles, man, they were on the verge of trading Carson Wentz.
The Voyage?
Okay? They're on the Voyage. Yeah, exactly like that, dude. There you go. Spanning the globe, getting new listeners with the new accent. Voyage. Trading Carson Wentz. But now it's reported that the Eagles are staying firm on their high asking price for Wentz. But it might be more than what teams are willing to give up. Is this a strategy, man, to keep Wentz or?
I just want to know if in the negotiation room when it's like the two guys are meeting, I want to know if the other team at any point looks the Eagles guy in the face. He says, "This is some ginger quarterback you're trying to trade us. You're asking for all these things." I just want to know if they said it.
Well, yeah, and his last season, dude, holy mackerel.
It's been so bad.
Yeah. Ethan, you want to jump in on this?
I just don't know what their asking price is, so I don't know how to judge it. I don't know if it's possible that the Matthew Stafford Jerry Goff trade, they're trying to use that as like a basis for what they're expecting to get for Carson. I don't know, man, but
it might be a ham sandwich plus a bag of chips.
Yeah.
That might do it.
Hey, we'll give you the sandwich and the chips, but no drink.
Yeah, no, that chips,
deal.
Man. Yeah. If anybody that's my generation, that used to be a big thing, the bag of chips anyway. Okay, so Doc, hey, this lands perfectly for you. It's a Doc question. The presumed number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence, is scheduled to undergo surgery on a torn labrum in his throwing shoulder. Okay, It'll keep him from throwing for 6 to 8 weeks and will require 4 to 5 month recovery time. So that's right about training camp. I mean, if you're a Jags fan, that's who they're presumably picking. Or would you be worried about picking him up?
Yeah, I most definitely would be concerned, especially someone who's got an injury, right, that they're getting repaired. And we're going to put them behind the Jaguars O-line. That just doesn't seem. It might be a situation where they're going to,
James
start
Robinson.
with Minshew or something and ease him in. I don't know. But I think that his stock is still going to remain high. That's probably not something that they didn't know before. Or was this brand new news?
Draftable, like for fantasy next year. Trevor Lawrence.
I may pick him up where people were picking up. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. He got injured halfway through. I stopped paying attention to him. The Bengals quarterback that they drafted.
Oh, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow. Yeah.
We need to get that soundbite in.
People were picking him up. Sometimes he went undrafted. People were picking him up in like the 14th or 15th round. I can see picking up Lawrence there, maybe.
Okay,
I might
15.
pick him up as a backup next year.
Yeah. So he's draftable for you there, Connor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the contingency plan if I can't get a backup that I really want, like Jalen Hurts.
Okay. Yeah, that would be wow. I mean, that actually might be a starter. We'll see. Well, I don't know. This whole Wentz thing.
Well,
we'll see.
I might. Yeah, if Wentz is starting, I might be able to get away with getting him in the 15th.
All right. Exactly. Connor, Todd Gurley is not expected to return to the Falcons. Is he done? I mean, is he in like Devontae Freeman territory now?
Yes.
Is that where he's at?
Yes.
That's where he's at? Yeah. Ethan, you agree? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I'll throw you this one, Ethan. The Raiders are reportedly very interested in signing Juju. Is that a good match?
Oh, man, I don't know his personality mixing with Gruden, mixing with Carr, and I just don't like it taking away Waller.
Yeah,
because I mean he's probably gonna cost way too much anyways in the draft. But I don't know, man. Juju's a big personality, and what happened. I mean, he's no Antonio Brown, but we saw what happened with Brown and
historically, wide receivers do not have success whenever they leave their team to go to the Raiders. I'm just gonna say that.
But dude, it's another Steeler that was the number one wide receiver going to the Raiders.
I know.
It's pretty ironic,
I'm
right?
saying, man. I'm saying,
dude, if he comes to camp in a air balloon, cut him right then and there.
Can I say two free agent wide receivers that I don't think they're going to go to the Raiders, but I would love to see go to the Raiders because I think that they would complement the offense. Those two guys are Chris Godwin, who is a free agent next year, and I just think that would really add some dynamic to the team. He'd be good on blocking. He could help with the run game. He's going to provide yak, and I mean he's a big body. He's really going to round out their team. You got to cover Chris Godwin and the Waller, that's going to really open up single lane coverage for Mr. Ruggs.
And Godwin does do well. Like he runs short routes, and that's exactly what Carr likes. Yeah,
that's what Carr likes.
Yeah.
And then my second guy is Mr. Allen Robinson. Now that's kind of a different situation, but it's kind of like the Amari Cooper he never had, right? That he always wanted. No, Mr. Allen Robinson.
That's what I'm saying. But Robinson and Ruggs on the same team. I mean,
they complete each other because Allen Robinson is everything that Ruggs is not. Ruggs is a small, fast burner. Robinson is a big possession receiver.
They already have one, Brian Edwards.
He's not Allen Robinson.
Well, he's cheaper.
He's also less talented.
He's a rookie. You never know. Yeah, so I think they might be staying with those two guys over Robinson. Yeah, but I like the idea of Robinson though.
Yeah,
I like the way you're thinking. I do like the train of thought, and definitely like the Godwin thing. That was a good dig there.
Their defense is so bad; they really need to either maximize their offense or go sign, JJ.
Well, dude, Godwin sounds like it's exactly what they need, because if their defense is bad or whatever, you need to do whatever.
Godwin is a nice fit, isn't he?
Yeah. I think you hit a home run that time. Yeah, right off the bat. Yeah. You basically did a like the first pitch home run and then struck out the rest of the time.
Nice.
Yeah. Anything to add there, Ethan?
Nope. Say a lot.
Okay, then Ethan, the Broncos my now beloved Broncos right now, they released AJ Brown, AJ Bouye, excuse me,
Mm.
saving $13.2 million in cap space. Was that a good move considering that they traded a 4th round pick last year for him, and he only appeared in just 7 games and he's 30.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bummer too because your offense isn't going to do much. So you just got rid of a great secondary piece. So it's just kind of like I mean, it was you essentially just lost a 4th round pick on it.
Yeah.
And you didn't really get anything. And rather than allowing them to stick around and maybe beef up your secondary, but
this might be the Elway cleanup, cleaning up after Elway's mess, just kind of, taking it. And there you go. Anything to add there, Connor?
Selah.
Okay. All right. One real quick news point, and then one more other thing, and we'll end it with you, Connor. But just this is the news point. Not really much to talk about on him. Maurice Pouncey from the Steelers and Mike Pouncey from the Chargers. It's kind of cool. Their brothers they are retiring together. Yeah, and they have 13 Pro Bowls between them. So the Steelers and the Chargers just got a little weaker up front, so something there to keep an eye on. But the last thing I want to get your opinion on, and it leads us right into our next segment. So it's actually kind of a good thing how this worked out. Connor, Patrick Mahomes had toe surgery. It'll be a several-month recovery, quote unquote, several-month recovery. But, we're not sure what that means. The only thing I'm assuming, and I'll throw it to you, see if you think the same. I'm assuming that he'll miss training camp and preseason if there is one. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I hope he does because I have a hunch that the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl next year. That's just my way too early prediction. They're going to go right back.
Dude, oh my God. Yeah. We'll talk about the Super Bowl here in a second, but yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. Ethan, any thoughts on the Pat Mahomes needing a tow truck?
I'm just totally amazed.
Oh, nice.
He had this surgery going on, in this, ailment when he threw the ball and did all that crazy crap he did during the Super Bowl. That just showcases how much of an athletic just freak that dude is.
Yeah. What you I mean, we left it out there. I mean, the next thing that we're moving on to is let's go and talk about the Super Bowl. You want to hit some high points there, Ethan? Introduce the segment.
This is for the first time ever. Is the Shoot the Gap Super Bowl recap show? We all love it.
Nice.
I don't know. He didn't tell me I was going to do that, y'all. So
I loved it.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, man. So basically, one team played really well, and the other one. Can you give me some yakety?
I hit that drop, but I have to give the caveat. I hate saying that because Patrick Mahomes did things as a quarterback that I've never thought were physically possible, but everyone else on the team was garbage. So I feel bad. I have to give that caveat that Patrick Mahomes was just insanely good. It's just, there's 11 other players.
Yeah, you can see that fire that he has, that to win,
an inch off the ground, parallel to the ground, and he could throw the ball 50 yards and hit his receiver in the face. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, but it's still kind of like whenever he was running around towards the end, he could have put yakety sacks to that, dude. Whenever he was running around doing these twists and turns, and the defense was chasing him, So
yeah,
a little yakety there, a little yakety.
Goes to show you how important an O-line is.
Yes,
and obviously, the Chiefs got they used all their 9 lives this year, right? Because one of their linemen opted out at the beginning of the year because of COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, to help. Yeah, to stay in Canada. He's a doctor.
Yeah,
to stay and help with the pandemic. So yeah.
So that fucked them up season-wise. They probably would have won if he stayed.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to way these things going forward, it's like, okay, should we have a big ass salary for this guy who's gonna not show up? You know, they might need to sign a new tackle or something. You know, you never know.
Yeah. I was reading that I think Orlando Brown from the Ravens wants to get traded, so maybe
They were talking about him going on the Chiefs.
Yeah, that might be a good. I didn't put that in the news, in the Gnews, because it's he wants to get traded unless he can play left tackle.
It's like high school, yeah.
Yeah. So, but
I do have to say though, I mean, it's like when you lose 3, you can't really. It doesn't matter how many you have. If you lose 3 offensive tackles,
starters,
I mean, like, no one has all-star offensive tackles waiting on the bench. You know what I mean? If you lose 3 offensive tackles, you're just SOL. You know. Which someone here in this podcast pointed out. Amigo, you called it out.
Yes, I did. I'm the only one that said that Tampa Bay was going to win. That's right.
Well, no, you specifically brought up the O-line for Kansas City. That's what I'm talking about. Also, you brought up the O-line, which was news I didn't even know about.
I'm not such a loser after all. Yeah, and one person who was almost a loser, he's a winner, but then almost was a loser. Tom Brady. He's he became the MVP. He's the MVP. I mean, he had his record 5th time MVP, 21 for 29, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
He got to kiss his son.
Well, what I'm talking about was on the parade, the boat parade.
Ding dong.
He threw the trophy.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That was insane. I have to say though, I know he got the MVP, but that was, let's be honest, it was the Tampa Bay defense and whatever scheme they wrote up and the injuries to the Kansas City combined that made that game what it was for the Bucks.
No touchdowns for the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's just a defensive just masterpiece. But I mean, it's easy to do a defensive masterpiece, I guess, when they're missing 3 starting offensive tackles. But you know what? You can have an opportunity and still blow it. They took advantage. So
yeah, and there was a caller too.
The team was the MVP.
Yeah, but it felt like it was going to be an exciting game. Like whenever they did that goal line stand, whenever the Bucks weren't able to get it in, I was like, dude, this is going to be a great game. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, just down the toilet. Gronk had a great game, 2 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, I mean, it just shows you how, fallen this world really is. That Antonio Brown can get a freaking touchdown in a Super Bowl ring. Yeah.
For those out there who are confused, Brian hates Antonio Brown, not because of anything he did off the field, but because he drafted him with a 2nd-round pick and it did doo-doo for his fantasy team.
Well, that's where it started. Okay.
No, that's what it is.
Look, this is what happens. Okay, when you draft somebody, especially somebody who is as outspoken and magnetic as Antonio Brown, you read a lot of stuff and you get to know about the guy, right? And you're always trying to convince yourself, it's not that bad, okay, so he went up behind an artist with his towel and took his towel off. That's not that. It is kind of bad, Okay, well then, he texted all this stuff, to his, his attorney or something, saying to like kill the girl or something like that, or making fun of her kids. That's not that bad. Yeah, that is that bad. It's like, dude, this is a bad guy. He's a bad dude.
And now he's a Super Bowl champion.
Right.
Yeah,
Fournette. He outcarried Ronald Jones 16-12. He had 16 carries to 12, and he had 89 yards in that 1 touchdown. Which, when that touchdown happened, I was like, "It's over." What was it, 20-yard scamper, or something like that? Dude?
Yeah. And I mean, the way that run made me like, ooh, I might draft him next year if he's still on this team.
That's what happened with what's his name, Mostert.
Yeah,
that's the Mostert thing. Watch it. Yeah,
me, Mr. Mustard.
Yeah, because you saw Mostert in the Super Bowl. Oh, we got to get, man.
And the entire playoffs too.
Game where he scored 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, this game.
Yeah. All right. So, favorite commercial, guys. We'll close it with favorite commercials. Let's talk about that. We can, or unless you want to talk about the halftime show. What'd you think of the halftime show, Connor? You're opinionated. You start first, and then Ethan. I want to hear your point, your opinion. What'd you think of the weekend's halftime show?
I thought it was decent, but not great.
All right, Ethan.
When I went back and read about the concept behind it and things like that, it seemed like a really cool kind of conceptual piece.
I didn't even explain to you.
I don't really, yeah. I mean, I didn't have to have it explained to me, but learning some of his own history, because I don't listen to The Weeknd, nor do I follow any of his stuff. So you had to
look forward to it.
Yeah. I had to understand his previous work leading up to this in order to understand some of the segments, like the costumes and things like that. But I like that Blinding Light song. That's kind of cool. It just sounds like an 80s song. But other than that, I would just put the Prince performance on.
Oh yeah. I wasn't expecting. What I thought, what I was most impressed with was the fact that it was obvious that the NFL told them that you need to be socially distanced and wear masks, and they had to figure out how to work that in. So it was funny because I was talking to my aunt. My aunt's 10 years older than me, and I'm the oldest guy of the show. So there you go. She was like, "Mijo, why were they all wearing jock straps?" I said, I don't know that. I was like, no.
It was like, from my understanding, it was like cosmetic surgery bandages.
Well, yeah. It was in reference to like the previous album. Like he was on, but I thought that was pretty ingenious to use that to put a mask, and then also when they were dancing on the field, they were all 6 feet apart. I thought that was kind of neat how they kind of all worked that out. But yeah, my wife was real excited. She likes The Weeknd, and she was excited that it wasn't some old guy she's never heard before, or some past type. She really got burned by Tom Petty that one year. Okay, so even though I love Tom Petty, rest in peace. Okay. So we'll move on. Okay. All right. So, any favorite commercials? Yeah. Want it real quick.
The one with Paul
Connor,
Rudd.
favorite commercial?
The one with Paul Rudd.
The what?
The one with Paul Rudd.
Why are you so quiet?
I have to be. It's past 11, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so he's going into his sultry sound. This is sultry Connor.
Exactly.
Yeah. Look into his.
So he liked the State Farm one.
Yeah.
So what are you wearing, Connor?
Khakis.
Connor from Shoot the Gap. So Ethan, favorite commercial?
I liked the one with the I don't remember what car brand it was, but it was the electronic car with Will Ferrell, where he's like going over to Normandy or
yeah, I figured that would be the one for
whatever to try and be better than them, and they all go to the wrong country. That was
yeah. The Cheetos one was the one that got me, dude.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got you in the bedroom.
Yeah. Got you on camera, wasn't me?
I love Ashton Kutcher and America. Such a cool couple.
It makes me feel so old seeing him and Mila Kunis old. Because it makes me feel older. Yeah. Because I remember them in that 70s show, they were really young, and I was but now like, yeah, it's supposed to be older. No, stop it. That makes me old. Okay, so we'll move on to Deja Vu or Deja Vu tight end edition. All right, man. So cool. So basically what I'm going to do is I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have four guys that we'll go and talk about really quick. And I'll just, pass it back, back and forth, family style, and we'll just opinion. Yeah. So we might actually have time where we both can, both you guys can have an opinion if you prefer, if you like. Okay. So I'll start with you, Connor. Travis Kelce. All right. He'll be in his early 30s. Okay. You already know how he plays.
I'm drafting him.
And his connection is, but it looked like could have been that Tampa Bay might have showed how to stop him, so what's your thoughts, man? Next, you're going to have Eclair, and you're also going to have Darrell Williams back, so Deja Vu, my brother.
Oh, Ryan, I definitely don't think that you should draft Kelce next year.
Well, not as high as he's going to go, but yeah, so.
Because if you don't draft him, then I can draft him.
I like how you made that movement with the ring that you have, hand that you have 2 rings on. I like that. I like that subconscious reaction there, dude. Yeah, you don't get him, so I'll get him. So okay. So what's your thoughts? You think he's gonna? I mean, the age is not gonna get him. I mean, you're not worried about anybody else nipping at his heels?
No.
He's saying no.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, dude. I was looking at my notes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, Ethan, it looks like you're gonna have to be the personality here, dude. Yeah. It looks like effectively we've taken the fangs out of Connor. Yeah. 11 o'clock, dude. He turns into a pumpkin. Okay. So all right. All right. So Ethan. No, which is cool. We should do the best you can. We'll translate for the people that are listening to us on High Volume Music Radio. Ethan. So Travis Kelce. What do you think?
I have been given no reason to not go for him because even with that game where they had no touchdowns, he had like 110 something yards and 9 catches. He still would have probably ended up the tight end top 3 that week.
Is he number 1 tight end?
I don't see any reason why he shouldn't be.
Okay.
The only way anyone else is going to go above him is speculation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't have him on this list. Spoiler alert. I don't have George Kittle on this because he got injured.
Yeah.
So that's not really fair to do that. Because we just don't know how he's. And also, was it Jimmy G was out too? I mean, so that was just like.
Yeah,
it
we
wasn't
don't know what the quarterback situation in the 49ers is going to be this coming year. So
you don't know what it is. Yeah, it's a big question mark, dude. It's the Socrates. All I know is I don't know anything. Yeah. So then Ethan, we'll start off with you, and then we'll get a pantomime discussion from Connor. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Oh no, Ethan's stuck in a box. No. Okay. Get out, Ethan. Hey. Oh no. Okay. All right. Darren Waller. The Walrus, man, you got him. So this has actually landed perfectly on you. As you know, he was a target leader again 2 years in a row. But there still is that Foster Moreau issue, sniping the TDs. Now, Vegas is obviously looking for a playmaking wide receiver, not to mention that they're hobbled rookie who will not be either hobbled or a rookie next year. And on that statement, which one am I talking about? Brian Edwards or Henry Ruggs? As far as their breakout rookie that was hobbled. Both those guys are really good. So next year, Darren Waller, Deja Vu.
Man, I feel like if the lineup, if they don't add anyone big, if they don't add a big name, Deja Vu. If they bring in a new star wide receiver, Deja Vu. I think that's the way I'm calling it. But the main thing is that the volatility of what he's going to be able to do, like certainty about it, but his draft cost is going to be insane.
Ethan, 2024, vote Ethan. That's very, very PC. Like both sides of the fence, unifying both houses. Plant your flag. One way. Flag. Yes. Gun to balls.
So I'm essentially betting on whether or not they bring someone in.
Guns to balls. It doesn't matter. Guns to balls.
I'm gonna call Deja Vu.
Deja Vu. Okay. So bad year. Connor.
Not a bad year, but not
as good as the past two. Okay. Connor.
Selah.
Okay. All right.
Remember, a number 5 tight end, there's probably like a 50-point differential.
Oh, wait. We're talking about the Walrus, right?
I'm talking he could end up number 5, but that's definitely Deja Vu.
He's probably my love target for tight end, honestly.
Waller?
Yeah.
I'm with you, dude. I mean, I think he's going to have a good year, but the thing is, here's the thing that I would caution you about, Ethan. I said the same darn thing last year. Remember, I said I'm not touching Darren Waller because now they have Henry Ruggs and then it turned out Brian Edwards. That and Hunter Renfrow, all those people are healthy. Waller's not going to do well. No, dude, he still was awesome. So.
Well, if you notice, I said that it was essentially me betting on whether Vegas was going to bring a big star in.
It didn't matter, but it didn't matter. It didn't. That's my point.
What big star did they bring in?
Nelson Aguilar. Yeah, but the point is that they beefed up their wide receiver because they didn't have anything.
Yeah, I know. But I'm like, if they brought in someone like Connor was talking about bringing in, right? If they bring in Chris Godwin, that's eating into the Waller's targets, man. I mean, it's just going to happen because he does the same thing.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're right. He's a PPR machine. You're right about that. It's the targets. It's really the targets. Yeah, it's not the TDs.
I'm thinking Godwin might end up there. That's essentially what my shot was. Because if Godwin doesn't end up there, I'm right there with picking up Waller.
Okay, so how about that? How about that? You'll plant the flag that way. Sans Godwin, then Deja Vu.
Deja Vu, definitely.
Okay, but with Godwin,
Deja Vu.
God, okay, there's the line. All right, okay, cool. All right, Connor, Dallas Goedert, man. Let's talk about him, dude. All right, you know, he's a little injured, but he's gonna have a new head coach, and and the new QB, presumed new QB, doesn't seem to target tight ends like, a ton like Wentz did, but his ball sack shouldn't hurt next year, so So talk to me, dude.
I was like, I gotta have a drop for balls,
I know.
I'll record one for you.
Just balls. So Connor, so what's your thoughts, dude? Dallas Goedert, how deja vu, man.
Okay, I was thinking about this earlier in the week. I don't remember the name of the rookie the Eagles drafted, but he was the bright spot in my opinion. So that's who I would invest in, not Dallas Goedert.
So you're saying poo? Interesting.
Poo.
Okay. All right, Ethan, you concur, sir?
I mean, let me look at my notes here. Where did he end up on the year?
He's a doc. There you go. Always got notes.
Yeah. Okay. Considering he ended up as the tight end 20 for the year, Vu means that or better. I will go Deja Vu.
Yeah, but the thing is that he was injured most of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm really trying to look at the fact of the opportunity and then how he performed whenever he was up to par with Carson. Whenever he was up to par with Carson, he was a top 3 tight end.
I owned him last year, and he didn't play. It's obvious he was playing hurt.
Well, see, I owned him too, but whenever he played with Carson Wentz, he did real well for me. Yes. But it was whenever he did not have Carson Wentz that it was.
Yeah, because Hurt seemed to have like a connection with what was the guy, the really young receiver that he.
Oh, Rager.
Yeah, not just Rager. There was another guy. There was a guy that was like out of nowhere.
Yeah. Help us out, Connor. Travis, right?
Fulgham.
Travis
Fulgham.
Fulgham was the guy that I was talking about.
Yeah.
To me, I see Hurts as having a better connection with those guys. Mm-hmm. But that just could be that because Goddard was hurt and not there regularly, it didn't have enough time for him and Goddard to develop a rapport,
Yeah. All right. Okay, and so that's actually a really good point, man. I didn't even think about. I was really curious about what you're gonna say about Goddard. I Fulgham. Fulgham was not Travis Fulgham, dude. Woo. Yeah, there you go, dude. You can't see. You got to write this stuff down. You might forget it. Yeah. Ethan, we'll end it with you. Yeah, because Hunter Henry. Let's talk about Hunter Henry. Okay, so he's going to have a new head coach in Brandon Staley, which, just in case for people that didn't know, he was the defensive coordinator for the Rams last year. Okay, and he's already reportedly has said that there will be an emphasis on Eckler next year, but Hunter Henry obviously has a connection with Herbert. So, deja vu.
You know what? He's going to have Justin for the entire year, even though I pretty much had him the entire year. It was close enough. Looking at where he finished, I think that Hunter Henry, especially if Mike Williams isn't on the Chargers coming up, I would definitely say deja vu.
Oh, okay, so let's plant the flag there. So, with Mike Williams, who?
Mike Williams, I'm still going to call deja vu because I don't see anything happening in the team other than Herbert just getting better. presumably, as should happen with time and practice. And the news you just shared about the head coach favoring Austin Eckler and also getting tight ends involved as well.
Yeah. Connor, do you feel the same?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said Selah.
Yeah, man. I was thinking, that that it's interesting that you're talking about, like, so there's a weird like connection, like, so I always like to give examples. So you're saying that like Mike Williams to Hunter Henry, okay, is kind of like, what would you say, like, Connor, like Alvin Kamara, would be a good comp to Alvin, like if we were doing Alvin Kamara, who would it be?
Me. No, I'm joking. What type of player are you fishing?
Dude, he was writing. He wasn't listening.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
I realized.
Okay, this is actually a good spot. Yes. We probably got it. Okay, so let's go ahead and just land this thing.
Yes.
All right. Smoke's starting to come out. There's oil leaking on the ground. Let's get this thing on the ground.
The instruments are doing this number right here.
They're the needle. The needle's falling off. Yeah, all right, man. So, okay, so yeah, we're on our off-season schedule. So as you guys know, we're only on, you get a new show once a week, but as you see, we'll be discussing the NFL news, talking about fantasy football strategies. I bring this up all the time. So I think it's incredible that as early as like 2 days after the championship game for fantasy football, Connor was calling me and discussing draft strategy. So, it's never too early. It's easier to keep that blade sharp than it is to let it get dull. And then for 6 months trying to feverishly sharpen it. So, make sure if you want to stay sharp, Ethan, what should they do if they want to stay sharp on their fantasy football knowledge and focus?
Make sure and subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you get alerts whenever our new videos drop, typically every Saturday.
Yeah. Connor, why don't you hit some, let's thank our sponsors here. Do you want you get a
shout out to sports hosts, as Emo says, where the sports goers lurk.
Sports goers. Yeah.
When you put a pause to it, it sounds creepy. Where the sports goers lurk.
That was this week. Tune in next week. You see how we butcher the slogan.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, I'll go and take this one. So, all right, man. I want to talk about a place where you can get shows like Andrew B's Vocal Sounds, the Business Knowledge Broker Show, the Soul Brothers Show, the What's on Your Mind with Aunt Boogie, and Blame It on the Boogie. I'm talking about the Pride of Sunnyside. Say it with me, everybody. The Pride of Sunnyside. Yes, a high volume music radio. Download the app. You'll be happy you did. Y'all get all types of music. You get us. You get all types of information as you get heard. And again, it's the Pride of Sunnyside local show. Guys, if it ain't high volume, Ethan, help me out.
It ain't loud enough.
There you go. Parting shots. Let's do some parting shots. Connor, why don't you get us started with some parting shots?
I like what you said about keeping it sharp. That's what you got to do, guys. You got to dig deep because it's a mindset, and you got to go out there with the intent of winning your fantasy championship because you spend that much more time than everyone else. Even if it makes you go crazy, and you don't want to do like 100 mocks or something like that. Just chill out. But write down all the guys that do good around this time, and then bring that into you with the draft, so you know what you want.
All right, Ethan, parting shot.
Mine is not going to be nearly as long, but keep watching shows like this. There's a lot of great content out there. There's a lot of people who are gathering the news that's relevant to you and helping break it down for you. So listen to us, listen to only us, and just listen to us on repeat.
And tell a friend, tell one person. Dude, I thought you said the winter's not going to be as nearly as that long. I was like, what are you, a groundhog, man? All right, so my party shot, you might be sad. Because, football's over, man. It's over. It's done. 2020 in the books. It's easy to get sad, but, man, 2 months from now, we'll be talking about the NFL draft. So cheer up. The 2021 season is coming. It's right around the corner. So make sure to stay tuned to us, guys. We'll keep you informed and keep you ready to go so that whenever fantasy football time is up, you get the benefits of Connor. Hold him up, Connor. Yeah, the rings. Yeah. All right. Ethan, help. So on behalf of Ethan the Doc Marshall, Connor the Gut Marshall, and me, your humble MC, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, want to thank you for watching. And of course, we hope that this year's a damn sight better than the last. And help me out here, Ethan. Remember, everyone, that fantasy football, as in life,
Don't dream it, be it.
Yeah. All right. See y'all next week, or y'all see us, whatever.
All right, I just had to throw that in at the end.